The recent Los Angeles wildfires have captured global attention, leaving devastation in their wake. These fires, fueled by high winds, record-breaking temperatures, and persistent drought conditions, are not only a human and environmental catastrophe, but also an economic one. Beyond the immediate damages, wildfires like these leave lasting impacts on real estate markets, businesses, insurance industries, and the financial well-being of affected individuals. But this is not the first time we've seen natural disasters reshape economies. History tells us that disasters often lead to innovation, policy reforms, and shifts in wealth distribution. By connecting these events to historical lessons, we uncover valuable insights into the ripple effects these crises have on local and global economies, and what they mean for you. As of January 2025, the wildfires raging across Los Angeles County have consumed over 200,000 acres, destroying thousands of homes and businesses. Officials estimate economic losses could reach $150 billion, with indirect costs likely driving that number higher. Entire neighborhoods have been wiped out, and evacuation orders have displaced tens of thousands of residents. The fires have overwhelmed emergency services, leading to shortages of firefighting resources. Meanwhile, reports of looting have surfaced, adding another layer of financial and social stress. Insurance companies, already struggling with rising climate-related claims in recent years, are bracing for an influx of claims that could destabilize the market. The effects of these fires aren't confined to California. They have nationwide and even global implications. For example, agricultural losses in one of the nation's largest farming regions could push up food prices across the country, further fueling inflation. To understand the long-term effects of disasters like the LA fires, we can turn to history. The Great Chicago Fire of 1871 destroyed a third of the city, left 100,000 people homeless, and caused the equivalent of $4 billion in today's dollars in damages. The economic devastation was immediate. Businesses shuttered, banks faced a liquidity crisis, and property values plummeted. Yet the fire also led to a wave of innovation and rebuilding. Chicago emerged from the disaster as a modernized metropolis, with new fire codes, stronger building materials, and a boom in real estate development. The insurance industry, hit hard by the crisis, adopted stricter policies and better risk assessment tools, shaping the modern insurance landscape. The LA wildfires mirror some of the same challenges and opportunities seen after historical disasters: housing market turmoil. Thousands of homes have been destroyed, creating a housing shortage that's already driving up prices in unaffected areas. Renters and homeowners displaced by the fires may face steep costs as they search for new accommodations. Historically, disasters like this lead to significant changes in property values. After the 1906 San Francisco earthquake, for example, surviving neighborhoods saw real estate values skyrocket, while destroyed areas languished for years. Insurance industry in crisis. The insurance industry is on the brink of another crisis. California's high wildfire risk has already made coverage prohibitively expensive or unavailable for many homeowners. With billions in claims expected, smaller insurers may collapse, while larger firms will likely raise premiums across the board. This mirrors the aftermath of Hurricane Andrew in 1992, which caused so many claims that it led to the insolvency of over a dozen insurance companies and changed the way risk was assessed nationwide. Economic inequality deepens. Natural disasters often exacerbate existing inequalities. Wealthier individuals can afford to rebuild, often improving their properties in the process, while lower-income families face financial ruin. In LA, many of the hardest-hit areas are home to working-class families who may not have the means to recover. After Hurricane Katrina, we saw a similar trend in New Orleans, where wealthier neighborhoods bounced back more quickly, while poorer areas struggled for years. Impact on industries and employment. Beyond property damage, the fires are disrupting businesses across multiple industries. The entertainment industry, central to LA's economy, has halted production on several projects due to safety concerns. Agriculture, another key sector, is facing millions in losses as crops and livestock are destroyed. Meanwhile, small businesses in affected areas are grappling with closures, lost inventory, and reduced consumer spending. environmental costs, and climate change. The environmental toll of these fires is staggering. Over 30 million tons of carbon dioxide have already been released into the atmosphere, further accelerating climate change. For viewers, this ties directly into rising energy costs, as climate-related disasters strain global supply chains and infrastructure. The economic consequences of the LA fires aren't limited to California. They have ripple effects that reach every corner of the economy and your wallet. Higher costs for essentials. The fires are expected to disrupt California's agricultural output, which supplies much of the nation's produce. This could lead to higher grocery bills for families across the US, rising insurance premiums. If you own property, expect to see rising premiums, even if you live far from wildfire zones. The financial strain on insurers leads to higher costs for everyone. Stock market volatility. Natural disasters often impact stock markets, particularly industries like insurance, agriculture, and construction. Investors may see increased volatility in the weeks ahead. Throughout history, natural disasters have been pivotal in driving economic and societal change. Consider the Dust Bowl of the 1930s, which devastated the American Midwest. The loss of agricultural productivity forced millions to migrate, reshaping labor markets and spurring federal economic reforms like the New Deal. Today, as wildfires become more frequent and severe, we're witnessing similar shifts. Governments and businesses are investing in renewable energy, climate resilience, and urban planning reforms. For investors, this presents opportunities in sectors like green technology and disaster recovery services. To mitigate the long-term impacts of disasters like the LA fires, policymakers must prioritize resilience and preparedness. Lessons from history offer clear solutions. Stricter building codes. Cities should adopt fire-resistant materials and designs, similar to Chicago's post-fire rebuilding efforts. State-backed insurance funds, providing a safety net for residents, can prevent financial ruin and stabilize insurance markets. Investment in climate resilience. Allocating resources to forest management, fire breaks, and renewable energy can reduce the frequency and severity of future disasters. The Los Angeles wildfires serve as a stark reminder of the economic fragility that disasters expose. By examining historical parallels, we can better understand how these events shape our world and how to navigate the challenges they bring. The message is clear. Disasters like these have far-reaching consequences, from higher living costs to shifts in investments. Staying informed and proactive is key to turning these challenges into future opportunities. How do you think the economic impacts of the LA fires will shape the future of California and beyond? What lessons from history do you believe are most relevant today? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more explorations into the intersection of history, wealth, and the economy.